Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlad Ladadaine.
Prahlad Ladadaine.
Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha.
Hiranyakashipur Vakshaha.
Shilatanka Nakhalaye.
Shilatanka Nakhalaye.
Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha.
Nrsimha Parato Nrsimha.
Jato jato jami tato Nrsimha.
Jato jato jami tato Nrsimha.
Bohir Nrsimha hridaye Nrsimha.
Bohir Nrsimha hridaye Nrsimha.
Nrsimha mading sharanang prapadde.
Nrsimha mading sharanang prapadde.
Tab kar kamal bare nakham adbhuta shringam. Dalita hiranyakashipu tanu bhringam. Keshavadhrita narahari rupa. Jai Jagadish Hare. Jai Jagadish Hare. Jai Jagadish Hare.
Namaste and Sitaram to Mataji, Anna Sadoo from St Lucia.
Yes.
I'm Pandita Indrani Ramprasad from Trinidad. So
Okay,
Mataji, it's a pleasure. You are like a diamond that we didn't know existed in St Lucia. Yes.
Yeah,
and
when
I
the
just
Indians
found-
come from India, yeah, they live there. But
Yes.
everybody, my grandfather was the mayor of the Indians, and when they left, everybody go to the town. They go different places, and they leave the place empty. And they had lots of big trees in the 18th centuries, you know.
What was your
But here-
father's name?
My father's name was they used to call him James, and his real name was English name. You know, they gave him Leon. That was his name. Because
Right.
when they came from India, James Leon, they bring them in, but they changed their name, some of them. But we are descendant of Ram and Ram Kedu.
Ram Kedu.
Yeah.
Which village you all came from in India? Do you have any history?
It is from Calcutta. My grandfather, all of them came from Calcutta. My grandfather was a giant, came from India, and he made my father, and my father made me. So I am a second generation of the Indians, you know.
So you say when they came, they were all converted to Christianity?
Yeah, they was forced them. They wasn't converted. They was forced them to use Christianity alone. So they was doing things like dinner and in forcefully right here. And when the dead, they used to do shadow ceremony for the dead, but they didn't have no ones to help them. They didn't have no priest, nothing, you know. My grandfather used to do it and all these things. But they hold the tradition for a long time on the cover, you know. But when they had mixture and everything is in the Catholic Church, they have to go in the Christianity to baptize, to do everything.
So the Catholic Church was the main one that converted you all?
Yes, all of us here.
Right.
And
So
I
your
was born in
whole, yeah, you were born a Roman Catholic.
Yeah, I born Roman Catholics and all. Yes.
And when did you change? And why?
I was at the age of 20 years when I got Bhagavad Gita. And when I started reading it, I say, well, that is God. Krishna is God. So I had the Bible because I was Christian before and all. I used to go to Pentecostal church also. So I use this Bible, this Bhagavad Gita, and reading it all the time. So where Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita Hatram Pushpam Palam Toyam. And this text there, I was saying, Krishna saying, offer him a leaf or flower or some water, he'll accept it, you know. So this text amazed me. So one day, I want to say, I want to know if Krishna was God in truth. You said you are Godhead, you are the head of all gods, you are God the Father. But we only have Jesus, that's all I knew. So I said, if Jesus have a father, then I have to know him, you know. So then I put water, I put flowers, I put one pick fruits, I put rice, I put a lot of things, about 13 or 14 plates, a lot of plates of different things for him. And I tell him to eat it because I opened the Bhagavad Gita where his picture was sitting by the calf with the little calf. And I tell him to eat. Look, I put a lot more than only the what you ask for, water and flour and leaf, you know. But I didn't know it tulsi leaf was the most important leaf. So I gave him orange leaf that was smelling nice, you know, and I put it in the plate for him and all this. But it so happened after I did that around 9 o'clock, and when it was 1 o'clock, I was still there. I don't know where I was, but I was still sitting there, and I look and I see one of the plates was disappeared, was the plate that had the flour in. I say, Krishna, you take it, of course, you take the food I gave you. So you are God in truth, you show me you are God. Because I had a candle lighting and the candle out, it showed me that he agreed, you know, and I felt him. So from that day, I started offering Krishna whatever I eat in and everything. So, and then I didn't know nobody. Everybody I used to see, I asked them, do you all know Krishna? No, everybody's in. After that, I take out a picture of Krishna, I put it in a little shelf, and I start offering Krishna every fruit every morning. But I didn't know you could buy it in the market. So I used to go up on the tree early in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning, climbing guava tree, mangoes trees, and go and bring fruits for Krishna, you know. I don't let it fall down on the ground and all that. And then when my sister come to my home and she see the little shelf and all these things, so she said that I am doing voodoo. And she said that I bring a devil in the place. She also sent police behind me to arrest me. They came, a lot of police van, jeeps. They came with their guns. They come inside, they look, they see what I'm doing. They tell my sister, don't go inside the lady house again. She do what she wants in her home, you know. And so I continue Krishna consciousness, you know.
Oh, that's a wonderful story. You have so much faith and determination. I'm very proud of you, and you should be an example for so many other Hindus all around the world and not only Hindus, anybody else, because you have the African community also in the Caribbean who faced the same kind of forced conversions, you know. Yeah.
No, but Krishna is alive. He's alive.
Yeah.
Krishna is there. Yeah. Whenever you go to him, he's there. He's present.
So where did you get the first Gita from?
In South America. Yeah. I was born Kshatriya in my in my zodiac sign. I was a Kshatriya. Like I was in the Catholic school and all that, and every day I fight because I'm the only Indian there, and they used to pull my ribbon, you know. And I used to fight with the boys and beat them up, you know. They calling me Kuli Kuli Calcutta, all kind of thing like that. Bad names. I used to call them. I used to call them Kapar Se Suhar, you know. I used to tell them dirty things too, you know, which I don't even know really the meaning what it is in Hindi. I speak Sanskrit, but not Hindi much, you know. So then I used to fight a lot, and when I went to South America, I got the Bhagavad Gita.
Which part of South America? Which part?
In Cayenne, in a French country, that's Cayenne.
Cayenne.
Yeah, it's close to Brazil.
Yeah, close to Brazil. You visited there, and you got your first Bhagavad Gita there.
Bhagavad Gita, yeah. And I start reading it, but when I reach in St Lucia, there's nobody who knows nothing about Krishna. Nobody knows Krishna. So they tell everybody when I go, if I pass in this roadside, they go in on the next roadside. All my friends turn against me. Everybody turn against me. My family turned against me, and I was left alone with Krishna. So I continue. I never stop.
So they thought you were involved in devil worshipping.
Yeah. Some Christians said so up to now, but some don't anymore. Because my same sister who went to search police for me and say I bring a devil in the island. I tell you, 3 days back she called me and I go and she was glad. She talked about Krishna. I bring food for her from Krishna. She eat it, and I was surprised, you know.
See, because the devil, Hinduism has no concept of the devil. The devil
No,
doesn't
no,
belong
I
to
I
us.
know very well. We don't deal with black art.
Yes,
We don't deal with black art.
yes.
Krishna consciousness is pure. If you are not pure, God will not come to be with you. When you are pure, we are servant of God, my lady. But when we are living a pure life, God being your servant, you know.
Right. So
Krishna being your servant.
tell me a little bit about, so you grew up in school like everybody else. We faced you had some little racism in the school. They fought you, you fought back.
Yeah, but they keep
Yes.
on taking me out from school because they had trouble with me. They keep on taking me out from one school to another because I always use first in class. My brain is very fast. You know, I can do a lot of
Yeah.
things because I learn a lot of trade. I'm a welder. I do welding. I sent a little picture when I was young. I was welding, you know.
Yes, I want to see
I
that
do.
welder.
Yeah, I used to do TIG, MIG, arc welding, acetylene, all. I do also. I build a temple myself. I'm the only architect. Use the architectural work as you can see.
You
And only
designed the
mason
temple?
I take.
You
I
designed the
design it
temple?
myself. I do
Wow.
the architect myself. I do the plan myself. And I build about 12 houses like that already. You know, it's not me alone. It's not on anybody because government don't even know if I was building a temple. They didn't know what I was doing there. No, I never talk what I'm doing for Krishna out to the public, neither to nobody. I keep it inside me. So when I do it, then you see it out, you know? Because if you say it out in a negative country, they will destroy you. They'll prevent you from doing what you're doing. So I do what I have to do. And then afterwards I say it, no?
So you felt that sense of non-acceptance from the wider community
Right.
and the government forces. Have they
Yeah.
overcome that? Have you overcome that now in the
Yeah, we
country?
overcome that. We overcome that already in long time. We overcome that. All the
Because
government's ministers, they come in here sometimes. Some of them does pass through. Yeah, they
right,
talk very
so
nicely with me. I've been to Harinam, make a Harinam, bring Jagannath, as I show you Jagannath on the truck. I bring him in the town self also. So sometimes I used to work 48 hours. When they pass midnight, they see me in my welding shop welding. They say that lady doesn't sleep. Sometimes I stay 48 hours without sleeping. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And and
Sometimes 3
uh,
days I don't sleep. Yeah.
and what about your family life um, uh, when you left school and so on? Your second
Well,
stage.
well, family life was difficult for me because I didn't raise up with a mother. My mother died after I was born. You know, I was born in a village, not that village where I have the temple. My grandfather was working in a factory, a sugarcane factory. So my father went there, and then my mother followed him in the sugarcane factory. So they built a little house with bamboo and straw. They cover it with straw, and they lipa it with, they say lipa, that's what they say, with cow dung at the bottom, because they didn't have cement at the time. I was born in 1955. So there my mother confined me, but the day of confinement was very critical because the day of confinement, they put fire in the cane to cut the cane, but the cane, the fire was coming down on the little house, and my mother was confining me to a lady who used to confine because the hospital is not close by. Now they take water, when they started shouting that the fire is going to burn the house down, all the workers from the factory run and they take buckets in a well and they start throwing water on the well, on the house, you know, for the house not to burn. So the fire circled all around the house. So I was born with a circle around the fire, and I'm in the middle of it. And water on me and smoke, and the wind was blowing fast again. But today I could understand. And the bottom was of the house was with the cow dung. Today when I'm doing jagya, I'm saying, my God, look at that. I was born on that, you know, born like a living sacrifice, you know. I was saying like that, and now I know that the demigods that was there, Indra was there, Agni was there, Vayu was there, you know. Now I get to the understanding, but before I didn't understand it, you know. So this is how, so I was up without a mother. My mother died after, and then I never see her.
You
Yeah.
never saw her?
No, I never saw her, neither her
Oh,
picture. No. Yeah.
okay. So you grew up
So
with your
I raised up
father.
with the nuns and the Catholic Church priests, you know. And then
Okay.
because I was troublesome in school, first day they put me in school, I burst the teacher head, I burst the head teacher head, and I burst a little boy head. because he pulled my ribbon and called me Kuli Calcutta, so I wait when he come out from there, I felt a stone behind them,
Oh dear.
and I bruised his head. So when the teacher was coming, I stoned the teacher again. When the head teacher coming, I stoned him. So they take me and they bring me to Castries, in the city cell. So they bring me to the Catholic Church. So the priest and a lady named Beatrice live in Mondidon in the village. She's a rich aristocratic lady. She have about 7 houses. She said, I want that little girl, and she take me.
That was
and
nice.
I was raised up.
That was sweet that she would take you and bring you up. That is, compassion.
But after that, they sent me to nuns school. Nuns,
Right.
to nuns school. And I didn't have no trouble there. But at the age of 15, I leave school and I wanted to work, And I started working, So I didn't wake up with family too much, I used to go and see them on weekends and that's it, Because
how many brothers and sisters in the family?
I have only one brother and we are 4 sisters, 4 of us. So we are 5, yeah.
And everybody is still alive.
Still alive, yeah. Everybody's still alive.
Wonderful.
I'm the last one.
Wow, you're the last. Wonderful, wonderful. And do you have any children and so on?
Yeah, I have 5 kids, yeah.
You have 5 kids.
Children.
And what
my
are
first
they?
husband, I was married. I was married when I know my first husband, I was 15 years of age.
What do your kids do? What do your kids do?
Well, my first son, he's a builder. He do construction work. He do houses for people. He help with the temple also. And the second one do woodwork, and he also do sales on this other thing. The third one, she's a pastor in the Pentecostal church. She do different things, She was working with the embassy, the French embassy before, but she's there right now. She's a pastor. So my third one, my last daughter, she's a lawyer.
Wow.
And yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you brought up your children well. You brought them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried, but things happen in different ways,
Oh, you had a hard life. Yeah, you had a hard life.
Yeah, I had a hard life. Yeah, I had to work very hard, my lady. I had to work very hard, even though I was with my husband. But when your husband have other women and stay the whole week not seeing them, when they come in, you still have to work for your children, eh?
Yes.
You had a mother and the father at that time.
So when
God was just training me. When I realized now, when I came to Krishna, and I had to work so hard to build temple and to preach Krishna consciousness and to hold the temple, keep on going with the temple, I realized what happened to me in my beginning of my life. God was just making me know I had to be like that,
What year was that? What year was that you returned to St Lucia to start your mission, as it were?
In 1983. In 1983.
83, Mataji, you've done wonderful, wonderful work. Yes. 1983, wow, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, it's a 42 years something, so yeah.
I'm very
Since
impressed.
I started preaching Sanatandam, and every Sunday I do programs and I give people prashadam to eat. I go in the streets, I give people prashadam. I go in the homeless, I give prashadam. I go in the prison, I give prashadam. I give prashadam everywhere, my lady.
Wow,
but
wonderful.
Now things is a little bit difficult,
Yeah, you have to be very careful about going out now.
No, I'm not going out now. Now I'm stuck up in the temple alone. I don't go out anymore. I mostly in the temple. It's going up to 8 months now, 7 to 8 months. I'm more in the temple.
So tell me
going
about
out for
the temple.
shopping. And
tell me about the temple. Tell me about the temple. Who are the people that come to worship here with you? And when do you worship?
Okay, every Sunday we have worship from 4:30 in the morning and 6:30 in the evening. But on Sundays I have programs for everybody at 12 o'clock. So at 12 o'clock we have programs, worship. I read Bhagavad Gita, and then afterwards I give everybody prashadam, And then, so you find that the people around and the St. Lucian comes, people from Martinique and another island come, a French island.
Guadeloupe, is that? Guadeloupe?
Guadeloupe and Martinique.
Yes.
Go for them. And then you will find the Spartan University, all the university in St. Lucia, they come to church also, they come in the temple. There is no other temple, so that's why. So if they have to give childbirth and they want to name giving ceremony, I do it for them. They want to marry, I marry them, They want to do jagya for school, for different things, marriage, I do it for them. you know.
So the
I also
state,
do,
the state allows you to do marriages. You have the license
yes,
for
yeah,
marriages.
yes. Although
Very
I don't
nice.
have a paper from the from my association, but the lawyer does permit it. Yeah, the lawyer does register it for me. So when I do it, does it. If I don't pay the lawyer, I can. Any church does it also. I can tell any pastor come do it, and I do the ceremony. You know,
Right. They
and
just
the
sign.
pastor does register it.
Right. They
I
sign.
sign and they register it. Yeah. So this is how
Right.
it's been done, but I don't have the license to do it myself to see like I go in and register it myself yet. You know, I don't have that yet because it's me alone now. You know, so that this is how it is right now. So I'm hoping that in time come it will get better. You know.
Yeah. So you worship on a Sunday 3 times for the day. In the morning at
Yeah.
what time? What time in the morning?
4:40 in the morning.
4:30 in the
Okay.
morning. And
Yeah,
then
I
you
just wake up
have,
3 o'clock.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then you have a
Because it said
lunchtime.
it is in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna said to worship him from the rising of the sun to the going down of the sun. Now
Okay.
the rising of the sun from 4:40 is it's a rise in Japan already. It's on touch planet Earth already in Japan. And then it goes to China and India after, you know, and then in the rising when it's 5 o'clock, it's already here, you know, it's already touched planet Earth. So I trying to worship him from the rising of the sun. Now that the going
Okay.
down of the sun is around 6:30. So 6:30 I just do the worship.
6:30 in the evening, and then lunchtime you have. What
Yes.
do you give for prasadam on Sunday?
On Sundays, I do roti, I do dal puri, I do rice, I do dal, I do whatever, different things. It is Jagannath deity, I cook for Jagannath deity, you know. I cook for the Lord and I offer. And I give everybody prashadam, yeah.
So you cook
Yeah.
yourself, or you have
Vegetable.
people that help you?
No, I cook myself. I do everything myself.
Mm.
I do everything myself because Mataji, you have to understand that if you're doing prashadam, you have to be pure. You cannot, somebody impure cannot come and do prashadam for the Lord, you know.
Right.
Like it will just be a food. It will not be prashadam. Understand?
So you have
That you
pure
have to be
thoughts
pure.
and pure body and
Yes.
mind
Pure
and
consciousness. Yes. So that
yes.
God will accept it. Then when the people have it, they will get some purity in them. You know, because God is all pure. It's totally
Wonderful.
spiritual.
Yes.
It's not material like us. You know.
So do you get people wanting to convert to your way to Sanatan Dharma? Do we get people who are not Indians wanting to convert?
Yeah, but yeah, you have a lot of initiated devotees, but some of them they are so reluctant, they're falling back down. Like say they're going back and drinking alcohol or they're going back into sex life, you know, but they have a lot of initiated devotees. So when they come, I just make them peel vegetables or clean the place or do something else, but in the food or on the altar, I don't send them, you know.
Hmm.
But right now I have about 9 people who wants to initiate it from Martinique, you know. Now
Wow.
I don't set up to initiate them yet, you know.
Well,
Maybe I have to think about it in time come.
we can do that in initiation via the Zoom. You can sit
Yeah,
in Martinique.
I just do this Jagya initiation because my guru was giving me to initiate them. I initiate free by my own self. He give me the names
Yes.
of them, but I must have somebody to give the names, and they give me the name, the astrology name of the spiritual name that they both is, and then I can initiate them. Do
Do
the
you
fire
have
Jagya myself.
someone who does that, or you need someone?
No, I just read astrology myself, but
Okay.
I just give it. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, like I said, you can do that initiation via Zoom now. They sit in
Yeah,
Martinique
but
and
it must have you all must have be accepted for you all to register it because it's supposed to be registered in the organization, you know.
oh, what's the name of the organization?
Well, it's 16 years I don't use my organization. It's no organization. It's just the name I'm using because since
Right.
they are not helping me, so I just stay blank, you know.
So you have to
It's
get a
16 years
new.
now.
So
Yeah, I
you
have to get a new
need
organization. Yeah,
a new name to run your organization by.
yeah. A new name.
Wow.
That's how
You're,
it is.
you're doing remarkable work. We need it. And so when you came back in 1985, in 1980, what did you say? When did you come back? 80.
1983.
So there were no pundits in St Lucia?
Up to now, there's no pandit. There's no
Up,
pandit in Martinique neither. No, up to
uh,
now.
No
I'm the one
conduct-
when I have to do program in Martinique, I'm the one going there and do it also.
Okay.
As I show you a shadow ceremony in the picture, I was doing that is in Martinique. Yeah.
Okay. So wonderful.
I'm the one doing the marriage ceremony in the tourist board also in St Lucia.
Oh, and the tourist board, what does that do? How do
When they want the tourists want to marry Indian marriage, I'm the one doing it for them by Kif Compton. Kif Compton
Oh,
representing culture. So then he just called me to come and do the marriage for them.
so people come from abroad wanting to do an Indian marriage in St. Lucia and they come to
Yes,
you?
yes, yes.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
wow. Like which countries they come from?
All countries, India, America, in England also. Now in
So,
Canada, I told you called me last week. The tourism board in Canada, they called me. They said they didn't know that St. Lucia had a temple, an Indian
yes,
temple.
yes.
And they have a lot of tourists coming from Canada coming to St. Lucia. So they want me to go and register in the tourist board in St. Lucia, register the temple there so that they can, when there's tourism coming, they can come and visit the temple here. No?
So they can come and do a Hindu marriage in St. Lucia.
Yeah, anything they wanted to do, they can come and do it.
That is great tourism, and you get people of all races and so on coming.
Yeah, coming.
We don't prevent anybody from the Krishna consciousness.
No. We are how do you call it? They don't do that. You can do anything. They don't worry yourself with that. In fact, they join in and they follow in. They eating your prashadam. They like it. They like the Indian food also.
Yes. I understand you have a good relationship with your prime minister.
Yeah. My prime minister. He wasn't prime minister when I know him, and and
What's
I
his
had to
name?
do a jagging.
What's his name?
His name is Shasney. Alan Shasney. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Alan Shasney. I think you have the picture of him there.
Yes. So how do you know? Well, how did you first meet with him and build up your relationship?
No, somebody told him they have an Indian temple, so he came here. And then he wasn't prime minister yet. Politics was going on. Okay. So I asked him, do you want to be prime minister? I'm going to put you a prime minister, and that's it. I went and do a jagya for him, and then I make him hang the flags and everything, the yellow flags, that he is the next prime minister. I predict for him that, and that's so it happened.
And so it happened. So yeah, I guess he must be.
Everybody I did jagya for matter, it's happening. Somebody will come to me and tell me they want a child. So I'll say, okay, I'm going to do a jagya for you. Ask Krishna, Agni Devi for a child, and they will have it also. I can bring many devotees to you in time come from Martinique, from all over the world. What they ask, I go do it, and it happens. They get in all results. The teachers from the Spartan University, they get in result from every yagna I'm doing. I have people from India calling me and making me do yagya for them, and they get in it happen also. So it's a result that they get in from this temple that is positive,
Wonderful. So is there anything else you'd like to say, Mataji, before we close today?
Yeah. No, I just say that I'm very pleased of knowing you, and I wish that you can let other people know me, because right now I'm getting older and I'm going to almost in my 70s, and maintaining the temple is a bit difficult for me, and it's like I need a little help, and everything. So I need to have more association with other people, because I got initiated in Trinidad with ISKCON, and then nobody helps, nobody. When I tell them I'm going to build temple, everybody pull themselves away. They didn't want it. They can't maintain any temple, they can't build any temple, they never give me $1. I did everything on my own, so I'm still on my own, and I asking if right now I get to know you. It's a great pleasure of knowing somebody, because
yeah, I'm pleased to know you too. I feel a little sad. We live in the Caribbean and we don't know each other. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, how many years? When you started? Did you have a title like in Trinidad? We use the title Pandita. Do you have a title before?
Yeah, they call me Mandakini Devidasi. That's my initiated name. But I'm
Mandikini.
a Mandakini Devidasi, but they call me Vanapastra because I took Vanapastra life 32 years now.
Right, you took Vanashram Sanskar way back. And the
Yeah.
title before that they give you Mandikini. What was it?
Mandakini.
Mandakini
Yeah, Devidasi.
Devidasi.
That's a river in the spiritual world where God resides.
Right. So they would call you Mandakini Devidasi.
Yeah.
And then Anna Sadoo. They add Anna Sadoo to it?
The Anna Sadoo is the real name from papers, yeah.
So they add all that, they call you by that whole name?
No, they only call me by, when they have to write me, they write me on Anna Sadoo. Okay. But when they calling me or talking to me in spiritual activity, they call me Mandakini Devidasi.
So if I have to introduce you, I would
have to say...
they
call me High Priest. In St Lucia, everybody call me High Priest.
High Priest English. In St Lucia.
Yeah, High Priest Anna Sadoo, yeah.
In Trinidad, we say Pandita. So
yeah.
maybe we
well,
have to
English in St Lucia, everybody say High Priest
High Priest. So we'll have to come
to... you said High Priest Anna Sadoo, they'll get me where I am for you.
So I'll have to come to St. Lucia and we'll have to say, she also is named Pandita.
Okay.
Like the rest of Guyana, they also say Pandita for the women.
Oh, Pandita for the women.
Yes, okay. And Trinidad for the women too, Pandita.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. So it's really wonderful knowing you, Mataji, and I hope that, give me the year you were born again.
1955. I was born in 10/5/55. I take the 5, the 10, and the 55. Yeah, 10/5/55. 10th of May, 1955.
10th of
May.
10th of May.
1955.
1955.
So I'm 65 years, going to 66 here.
Right. So you were born in St. Lucia?
Yeah, I was born in St. Lucia, yeah.
And the name of the village?
The village where I was born called Dennery.
You have to spell, can you spell that for me?
Dennery, Dennery.
Dennery, St. Lucia.
Yeah, Dennery, St. Lucia, yeah.
Okay, great. So is there anything you'd like to close with, Mataji, before?
No, I would like to close with blessings for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and everybody who's listening or been there also. Krishna bless you and bless everyone. Yeah.
So we'll say namaste and we'll say Sitaram, and you say
Hare Krishna
Sitaram, as well. Sitaram. As we close today, and we shall have many more of these talks, and I would like to introduce you to other women who are doing similar work like you.
Okay, thank you very much.
And maybe someday when things are opened up, we can come to St. Lucia and do a 3 or 5 night yagya with you.
So that would be great.
Each one of the women can take a different night to do the yagya.
That'll be great. Yeah. But so you have to understand, I also have to add Lord Vishnu to my yajna, because I show you on the picture I have Lord Vishnu.
Yes.
So instead, if I do yagya with 5, I still have to add 1 more for Lord Vishnu.
Yes.
Because the way I do my yajna, I invite everyone, even Lord Shiva. Sorry to tell you that, but I have to invite Lord Shiva and everybody. But special, I have to put a special offering for Lord Vishnu, you know?
Right.
So it will be a little strange than you all own.
No, in Trinidad we have all also.
Vishnu. Okay,
no,
because
in Trinidad they have all. Most Puranic Hindus, or we call Sanatani Hindus, worship all. They have their own Ishta Devata, special one, but they worship all as well together.
My personal deity is Narasimhaya.
Yeah, because you're a fighter. Yes, I like that. Yes, I like that picture with you.
In St. Lucia, I already killed 3 demons already, but I pray the Lord that I don't do that anymore, you know. Demons that fly and all that, I already put 3 down already, you know. So.
Oh, okay.
Krishna in that form is to kill demons, so that's the deity I love the best, you know, that's the deity. He came to me in India, and they write a book about me in India also while I was at school there. He came to me and he told me something, Narasimhaya. He brought me in Vrindavan in the woods and everything, and talking to me and put me on his laps, and he was passing his hands on my head. And he told me what would happen. And next day in school, I tell the people, everybody saying I was dreaming. I tell him, no, I was not dreaming. Krishna came face to face in front of me, talking to me, and I tell me, out of 1,000,000 years, Krishna will stand up in one person and talk to that one person. It cannot be you because you come from West Indies. They tell me you eat meat already. They tell me you're not pure, you eat meat already. So why Krishna cannot talk to you? And look at so many Indians in India and how she don't talk to somebody in India. So what I tell them, they don't listen to me, so I just leave them and I go about my business. But when it was 6:30 in the evening, everything I said came to pass. And you know, all the gurus, the sannyas and all them looking for me everywhere. And next day when I go to school, I see journalists, I see photographies. I see people so much waiting for me, and they start taking out pictures. The government people was there to all my lady, and after they write a book about me.
Thank you so much for
Krishna
this conversation. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So namaste, Sitaram, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada.